Hey, what's up everyone? Yep, it's Tony, and in this video I am going to show you like the tips I use for tattoo aftercare. So basically from when you leave the tattoo shop till it's fully healed. That's what this video is going to be about. Something else I want to talk about in this video is second skin. So it's a bandage pretty much, but it stays on there for days. And I've used it a couple times for a couple of my tattoos and I love it. So I will definitely be talking about that in this video too. Beckham's right here chilling. I don't know if you can see her. But she's hanging out for the video, I guess. And just so you know, these are just my opinions. Every tattoo artist and online there's a million different variations of people's opinions. So just be mindful that this is just what I do. Your tattoo artist may tell you something completely different, and you should always follow your tattoo artist. They're the one that created everything. They're the ones that are gonna know what's best for their work. Yeah, so the tattoo artists I usually go to, they'll usually just wrap it in saran wrap, and then I leave it on for a few hours. And this just lets it kind of bleed out, lets all the plasma and gunk pretty much stay on there and then not really get anywhere else. But it's covered so that when you're leaving the tattoo shop, headed home, wherever you're headed, it's covered and it's an open wound. So you gotta remember that bacteria and stuff can get in it and it can get gross and infected. So make sure you're keeping it clean, make sure you're keeping it covered pretty much and away from the elements, I guess you could say. So this is what I do for the first night I have a new tattoo. So usually I'll have like something right here, I'll have it wrapped around the place, like a paper towel or something under it to let all the blood and stuff kind of catch on that so it's not dripping down your arm. Like I said, some places they put an actual bandage and then that actually keeps everything in there so you don't have to worry about anything oozing down. So I leave it on for a couple hours. Usually, say I get tattooed at noon. I leave the shop at 1 o'clock. I probably will keep it on there until maybe 6, 7, 8, or like when I get ready for bed. So I'll keep it on there and then I'll take it off. Okay, so first step of cleaning, I guess. If it's on my leg, if it's on my arm, depends on where I'll clean it at, like either the bathtub or the sink. So say it's on my arm, it's wrapped up, whatever. I take the wrapping off and then I use like lukewarm water. Like I don't want it scalding hot and I don't want it cold. So like a nice lukewarm temperature, and then I use Dial. Yep, I just use Dial Gold and put a little bit of this on my hand, like get it nice and sudsy, I guess. So get it nice and sudsy, and then gently, like I'm talking like just with this part of my hand. Definitely don't use like a washcloth or anything abrasive when you're doing this. Your hand is definitely your best tool. So just use your hand, keep it like a nice, I don't know, nice flat surface, soft. So you're just gonna like pretty much rub the soap around. It's gonna be tender, so just be like, it's gonna hurt a little, but just, you're trying to rub all the blood and plasma off. So it's gonna be like kind of shiny and you'll be able to see like where plasma is and stuff. So you're just gonna gently wash it, you know, until all that stuff's pretty much gone. And then take some water, rinse it off. You can either let it air dry, or what I do, I just use clean paper towels and I just pat it dry. So I'll do like a couple paper towels like this. Make sure you're not using like a towel or anything like to dry it off, because those are generally hold a lot of bacteria, and so you don't want to use anything like that. Plus they're abrasive. So just a paper towel, pat it dry, and that's all you gotta do for that. So once it's dry, this is where second skin comes in for me. If you don't use it or whatever, your artist might tell you to wrap it for the night. Whatever your artist tells you, go with that. But what I use is second skin. Let's see if I can see it. So it's these sheets pretty much, and usually for my artist at least, he'll give me a couple of these in case it's too big, so you gotta overlap them or whatever. But yeah, I use these and these are amazing to me. So basically what it does, say you have a new tattoo right here, this would basically cover it and then you know, you peel off layers. It's kind of like a screen protector type of thing if you think about it like that. You know, you peel off the layers and it's just on your skin. There's like what looks like a screen protector pretty much on your skin. And I love it because it lets you pretty much do everything you normally would, and you don't have to worry about constantly washing a tattoo and keeping up with a brand new tattoo. This just covers it and you don't have to worry about it pretty much. So the awesome thing about SecondSkin is that it stays on for multiple days. Like for me at least, I try to keep it on for 3 days. It recommends like 3 to 7, so pretty much whatever your body can handle. But at around 3 days, like the adhesive in it, it starts irritating my skin a little. So that's when I take it off, and that's when I start the normal aftercare instructions pretty much. So SecondSkin, they have like an online thing. You can Google all that, and it gives you like step-by-step instructions, so there's no questions about any of that. I take SecondSkin off for me, and then I wash it. I make sure I wash the tattoo really good. With SecondSkin, you're gonna have like a buildup of all the blood and plasma still. It's still gonna be oozing out over the first couple days, so that'll be under there. So I take it off, and I usually do it in the shower. It gets kind of hard to take off, so if you get it warm and wet, it makes it a lot easier to peel right off. So once I peel it off, I wash it like same as the first night. Make sure I wash it really good. I pat it dry, and then the ointment that I use is this right here. See it? There it is. It's called Wild Rose Ink Balm. I got it from one of my tattoo artists, and I love this stuff. Let's see if you can see the inside. And it smells amazing, so that's a bonus. But it's just a natural tattoo aftercare is what it says. All natural, vegetarian, cruelty-free, manufactured by Wild Rose. Yeah. Here's the instructions for it. It says, apply sparingly to a dry, healing tattoo according to your artist's aftercare instructions. So remember that. Listen to your artist. So yeah, this is what I use. So once it's dry, after I washed it, once it's dry, I put a thin layer of that on. You definitely don't want to cake on ointment because you gotta let your new tattoo heal, and it's gotta breathe. So a lot of people use like Aquaphor. Yeah, a lot of people use Aquaphor. For me, it's too thick. Like I said, I want something breathable that I know my tattoo is healing, because when you just, for me at least, when I put Aquaphor on, it's too thick and I don't like the consistency of it. So if you use that, fine. I mean, to each their own. I just prefer something lighter and something I feel more comfortable with. So this is about day 3 of my new tattoo. So usually for me, I wake up in the morning, I shower. That's when I take the SecondSkin off. That's when I wash it. Get out of the shower, pat it dry with a clean paper towel. I put the Wild Rose on, like I said, a thin layer of that. And then I will leave that on, you know, until I wash it again. I try to wash my tattoo 3 to 4 times a day while it's still fresh, kinda. So I'll wash it in the morning when I shower. I try to wash it on my lunch break if I get time for that. And then I definitely wash it when I get home from work, because usually if I'm working it's dirty and whatever, so I'll wash it when I get home from work, and then right before I go to bed I wash it and apply more Wild Rose or Aquaphor, whatever you're doing. Once it starts peeling, that's when it gets a lot easier to take care of, I guess. So once it starts peeling, I only wash it in the morning. That's the only time I wash it, once it starts peeling. And then, like I said, in the shower, I'll just use this, put it on my hand, wash it, and then that's all I do for when it starts peeling. So just the one morning wash, pretty much. I get out of the shower, pat it dry like before, and then this time, instead of using the Wild Rose ointment or Aquaphor or any ointment you use just lotion, scent-free lotion. Aveeno is what I use. Honestly, use whatever you feel comfortable with, but I've always used Aveeno, and it's scent-free, so it's perfect for tattoos. You don't want to use anything with scents. So I put the lotion on it at the beginning of the day, and then I'll usually try to put lotion on it about 4, maybe 5 times throughout the day. So whenever it feels maybe a little tight, because it still feels new, I'll put lotion on it. And lotion for me helps, like, if it starts itching. So the nice cool lotion really soothes it, so it feels nice. The peeling process for me takes maybe anywhere from 3 to like 7 days. That's how long I usually peel for. Everybody's different, so you might peel longer, you might peel a lot shorter. For itching, whatever you do, do not scratch your new tattoo. So none of this, no nails at all for your new tattoo. It's gonna ruin pretty much everything you've just done. It's gonna ruin the artist's work, and then you're just be wasting money that you paid for, because you're gonna ruin the tattoo. So whatever you do, don't use your nails. The best thing to do, just with an open hand, slap it. Just like this. Just start slapping it, nice and gentle. You don't want to like be hurting yourself, but like a nice firm like little slap, and then it usually takes the itch away. For my body, around 2 weeks is where I feel comfortable enough that it's healed enough that I can start moving back to regular body wash. You may feel that your tattoo still needs more healing time, so don't switch to like scented body wash before you feel comfortable with how your tattoo is. I'm a girl, so I shave my legs, and I generally shave my arms up to like right here maybe. So for me, around 2.5 to 3 weeks is when I will gently go over areas with the razor. If it still feels really raised, like any part of the tattoo still feels like above the skin, I wouldn't recommend going over it because you might damage it. But if it's settled in enough, I gently go over it with like a razor or whatever, but don't do it if you don't feel like comfortable doing that. For swimming, I usually wait at least 2 weeks. I will never go swimming under 2 weeks. And I'll only do it at 2 weeks if I feel that my tattoo is healed enough that I can do it. Because some parts of my body, I've noticed that they heal a little different, or they'll heal longer or shorter. Like the one on my leg healed relatively fast because we did it in sessions, so it was only color at the end point. So that healed relatively quick, so I was able to go swimming at the 2 week mark for that one. But like for this guy, I waited until like 3 weeks. So I mean, it just depends on like how you feel your tattoo is at after 2 weeks. But definitely I wouldn't recommend doing it under 2 weeks of getting your new tattoo. It's so important to remember for the longevity of your tattoo to use sunscreen. You definitely want to take care of your tattoo in the sun. Sun will kill tattoos pretty much. So definitely take care of them. And what I do, I try not to get tattooed in the summer, so I'm not really having to deal with sun on fresh tattoos. If you do happen to get one in the summer, just make sure you keep it covered pretty much as you can. I know it sucks because it's probably going to be hot out, but the best thing you can do for your tattoo is keep it covered and out of the sun. If it has to be exposed to the sun, definitely use sunscreen. I use like SPF 50 pretty much. I don't use anything less than that. I'm a sunscreen enforcer pretty much, so I always am putting sunscreen on. I like my skin and I'd like it to stay healthy pretty much, and I'm not trying to risk getting any cancers or anything like that, so I always use sunscreen, and I definitely reapply often to my tattoos. So way more than I would any other part of my body, I'm always reapplying to my tattoos because I want to make sure that the color in them will last. I paid a lot of money for these tattoos, and I'm not trying to have the sun ruin them. I prefer to get tattooed in the winter because it's a lot easier to keep my new tattoo covered and keep it out of the elements so it stays hidden pretty much. So like if I have long sleeves on in the winter, I don't have to worry about things getting in my tattoo, and it's just easier in the winter because you don't have to worry about the sun too. So yes guys, those are the steps that I take for my tattoo process. I'll list them all in the description below if like this video didn't make sense. So I'll put all the steps that I do below. Again, follow your artist's instructions. They know what's best. Definitely go after theirs. But this is just what I do if you're interested. So thank you so much for watching and stay tuned for the next video. Thanks. Bye!